Now, I've never been in a fight before, but I see them all around me, whether it's in games, real life, or TV shows. Needless to say, I have picked up on a thing or two about fights and how they generally go, and what's good and what isn't when it comes to fighting. So I decided out of sheer curiosity of my limits to objectively rank how good of a fighter I am via power scaling. Now, I would need to scale myself to stuff that everyone knows of so that there's minimal confusion, and so that it's a fact that the facts that I'm stating are in fact facts. So that being said, let's begin. Now, I'm fairly certain that everyone watching this video either lives in a house or does not live in a house. So none of the objects here should be foreign to anyone. With that being said, I'm not going to name any of these as you all should know what they are. First, we're going to start with the dresser, which is honestly just sounds more annoying to fight than it actually is. However, you could usually just use a match, light it on fire, and take it out. Furnaces, however, do kamikaze attack you, taking you both out. However, the one I'm interested in is me, and the fact that I die in a fight is why it's S tier. Lamps are D tier. Honestly, the shade is paper thin. I can crush a lamp between my hands. The common outlet is a tricky one because while it seems stationary, that would make it a very bad fighter. You can't fight it with any conventional weapons. You try to stab it with a sword, you die from electrical shock. Silverware. Silverware is an interesting one because by themselves, a single fork, spoon, or knife is weak. However, they overrun you with sheer numbers and you would lose. Next, we have loose change. You would think that that follows the same logic that silverware does, but no. No. Next, we have the plastic bag that is holding a bunch of other plastic bags in them, which is honestly also S tier. Not only would they overrun you, but plastic already isn't even good for your body, not to mention they could just suffocate you. Light bulbs, they're small, they're light. They have the good mobility. They also typically have the high ground advantage, and with a blinding option, they're very versatile fighters. However, they are very fragile, leaving them in B tier. I probably wouldn't come out unscathed. Hangers follow closely with the forks and spoons. However, they are just hangers. The worst they do is poke damage, and humans are naturally resistant against poke damage, as everyone knows. Now, a couch might seem like an easy contender because it's very soft. However, underneath the softness is wood literally made to hold human weight. And if it's literally made to hold your weight, what are you going to do to it? Lay on it? It'd be a close fight. I wouldn't tell who's going to come out of that. The door, the common door, I would literally punch a hole through a door. Now, ceiling fans are definitely weak. They're definitely weak contenders. However, they do have a big intimidation factor. Just look at those spinning blades of death and tell me you don't wet your pants. We have the lawnmower, which is obviously S tier. It'll literally eat my lunch money like it's grass and then run away and probably still beat me up anyway. Next, we have the monster under your bed, which is honestly A tier because you gotta go to sleep at some point. You gotta go to the bed, and it's set up camp at a perfect evolutionary spot where it's easiest to get the prey. I'd run him though, but not a lot of other people. Most other people will probably lose to him. Next, we have the TV, which is a D tier. Honestly, they don't make TVs like they used to. If we were talking about them old school TVs, those would run me. It wouldn't even be close. But nowadays, it's the other way around. Here we have fitted sheets, which are easily S tier. I don't know what dimension fitted sheets were made in, but whatever devil created them did a good job because those are no joke. Here we have a mattress. Honestly, mattresses are some of the scariest fighters. They're big, they're heavy, they're flexible, they can suffocate you. Not a lot you can do in a fight against a mattress. This box spring, however, is the opposite. It's rigid, it's light. I can literally snap it over my knee like what Batman did to Iron Man in that one comic. Here we have the window. Now, the window does have a camouflage bonus as it's almost invisible. You can see right through it. However, that won't really help in a fight, in a one-on-one fight, considering it'll be right there and I'll just kill it. The windowsill, however, is easily S tier, top of S tier. You could throw a car at a windowsill and there will be a windowsill shaped dent in the car. Refrigerator is C tier. You can knock it over, unplug it, then what's it gonna do? This refrigerator, the 3-door refrigerator, however, has much more balance, much more mobility with an added third drawer door. Can hold much more, is heftier, and I would not want to fight a 3-door refrigerator, not in my lifetime. Here we have a chain link fence, which are S tier simply because if you pick a fight with one chain link, they come up in squads. Alright, you gotta fight the whole fence if you want to fight a chain link fence. The wooden fence, however, is F tier. I will literally punch a plank off of its nails, or screws, or glue, or whatever it is to hold it together. The normal sheet is C tier, honestly. Set it on fire, cut it with scissors. Yeah, that's pretty much all they could do. The door frame, however, is very, very, very upper A tier. Obviously, punch a door frame and you will have many a broken bone. The weird looking deep freeze that everyone has in their garage. Yeah, now that goes above the 3-door fridge. What are you gonna do to that thing? If you roll it over and it'll be the same. It'll just be chilling. I wouldn't be able to beat one, but at the same time, it wouldn't be able to beat me, so the fight would drag on. So I'm gonna move it down to B tier, actually. Mirrors, they are fragile. However, once broken, they do become very sharp shards. The question is, would they be able to use said advantage against you? The answer is no, they are inanimate objects, so they're just fragile. Now, stairs, I'm fairly certain kill more people than anything else I have on this list here, so just for that, they get the S tier. Chairs are weird, they're light, they're immobile, but at the same time, they're very awkward to hold, so in a grappling situation, they would have the advantage. So I'll put them right under light bulbs. The fire alarm, while looking weak, you could just fling it across the room and break it. They are typically on the ceiling or on a very high spot in the wall, giving them the high ground advantage, making them win in most times, about 8 out of 10. The garden hose is like fighting a more dangerous snake, as water does kill people than snakes do in a year, so it has the advantages of being a snake, while having more than being a snake. Washers and dryers, while they themselves aren't really good fighters, they rely a lot on their intimidation factors, making loud noises and seeming bulky and big. But the fact that I know about their strategy makes them drop down to D tier. Now, the monster in the closet and the monster under your bed have had a rivalry going on. However, the monster in the closet is trashed here because if you keep your closet door closed, what's it gonna do? Now, this is an exterior door. I'd punch an exterior door and break bone. No want bone break. And corner of the bed frame is obviously top tier, obviously S tier. I have nightmares thinking about this, and I'm literally shivering thinking about it right now. So now we more or less have an understanding as to where I stand in the standings of standing a chance against said objects. As I stated at the start of the video, I had never lost a fight before, so this was an interesting list to come up with. Now remember that this is all my opinion, and that any monster in the closet advocates should remember that there is no wrong opinion. But my opinion is the correct one. So